Hello, Namaste, Konnichiwa, welcome to Sunny Sensei. In today's lesson, we will understand the basics of quadratic equations. So let's begin with a simple question. What exactly is an equation? Here is an example. 2x plus 5 equals 15. An equation is a statement where two expressions are equal. The expression on the left-hand side is equal to the expression on the right-hand side. Now we can solve this equation to find the value of x. 2x equals 15 minus 5. 2x equals 10 or x equals 5. X equals 5 is the solution of this equation. Notice that the highest power of x is 1. Equations with highest power 1 are called linear equations. Here is one more example. 4x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. The highest power of x is 2. This is a quadratic equation. We also have x cubed minus 8 equals 0. Here, the highest power is 3. This is a cubic equation. We will not solve cubic equations in this lesson. Our focus today is on quadratic equations. We will learn how to solve quadratic equations. We can write any quadratic equation in this standard form. ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Here a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the constant term. In our example, a equals 4, b equals minus 5, and c equals 6. Quite simple, right? But there is one important condition. The value of a cannot be 0. Why? Because if a becomes 0, the x squared term disappears. This is no longer a quadratic equation. It has become a linear equation. The coefficient of x squared term cannot be 0 in a quadratic equation. Next, I have a challenge for you. Which one of these are quadratic equations? For the first equation, we already know that it is a quadratic equation. What about the second equation? X squared plus 4x plus 3 equals 0. Highest power of x is 2. This is also a quadratic equation. Next, we have 5x squared minus 9 equals 0. Again, the highest power is 2. We have another quadratic equation. Notice that there is no x term in this equation. This doesn't matter. All we need is a x squared term. What about the next equation? x plus 1 plus 8 equals x plus 2 x minus 2. Take a pause and give it a try. Alright, if you see something like this, never rush to a conclusion. The safest approach is to rewrite the equation to make the right-hand side equal to 0. x plus 1 plus 8 equals x plus 2 x minus 2. X squared plus x plus 8 equals x squared minus 2 squared. X squared on both sides cancel out. X plus 8 equals minus 4. X plus 12 equals 0. The highest power of x is 1. We have a linear, not a quadratic equation. Next, we have x plus 2 cube equals x square minus 1. Is this a quadratic equation? Pause the video and give it a try. We start with the given equation. X plus 2 cube equals x square minus 1. We will simplify it to make the right hand side 0. X cube plus 2 cube plus 3 times x times 2 times x plus 2 equals x cube minus x. X cube cancels out. 8 plus 6x square plus 12x equals minus x. 8 plus 6x square plus 12x plus x equals 0. 6x square plus 13x plus 8 equals 0. The highest power of x is 2. This is a quadratic equation. Just a word of caution. This equation appears to be quadratic, but it is not. And this one looks cubic, but it is actually quadratic. Always simplify the equation and then check the highest power of the variable. Now you know what a quadratic equation is. But you might still be wondering, why do we need quadratic equations? Let me explain with some real-life examples. Imagine you have a rectangular plot of land. The area is 200 square meters. The length is 4 meters more than the width. So, if the width is x, the length is x plus 4. Now, can you find the dimensions of this plot? We know area equals length times width. 200 equals x plus 4 times x. 200 is x square plus 4x. X square plus 4x minus 200 equals 0. We have a quadratic equation here. We can solve this equation to find x, which is the width. Then we can find the length, which is x plus 4. Here is one more example. The product of two consecutive positive numbers is 56. Find the two numbers. Pause the lesson and give it a try. Alright. Let the first number be x. The second number will be x plus 1. x plus 1 equals 56. X square plus x equals 56. X square plus x minus 56 equals 0. Again, we have a quadratic equation. But how do we solve this equation and find the two numbers? That is what we will learn in the next lesson. We will learn factorization, an interesting technique used to solve quadratic equations. If you found this lesson useful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Sensei. Thank you and see you again soon.